Well, all right, welcome back to As It Should Be. Paul Bertolino here in the world-famous As It Should Be archives. Yeah, return to the archives. Well, I thought, well, since I'm back here in the world-famous As It Should Be archives, maybe it's time to do a track versus track. It's always time to do a track versus track. Well, today, I'm going to be doing two albums together, because that's usually what I do. The first two Runaways albums, yeah, self-titled debut and Queens of Noise, both from '77. What's this? This is '76. This is '77. Yeah. First album, Queens of Noise, great albums, both of them. And I have ranked the tracks on each album, so I'm going to put them up against each other from track 10 on up to track 1, and let's see how this goes. Alrighty. My mini tally sheet. Runaways. Queens. Okay. So, coming in number 10. Coming in number 10 on the first Runaways album is Rock and Roll. Rock and Roll. It's the Velvet Underground cover, the Lou Reed cover. And it's okay. It's okay. I mean, I don't dislike it. Definitely my least favorite on the record. I mean, that's if I was going to cut any song off this album, it would definitely be that one. And that goes up against the track that I put at number 10 on Queens of Noise, which is Johnny Guitar. And Johnny Guitar, yeah, it's definitely my least favorite on that album too. It's this dirge. It's almost like the Runaways trying to do Anne by the Stooges. And yeah, it's just really dirgy, and I don't like it all that much, really. Not that into rock and roll, but you know what? I'm going to go with rock and roll. I'm going with the first album for this because, I don't know. At least the rock and roll, at least the Lou Reed cover is more fun. All right, go with that. Okay, so coming in number 9 on the first Runaways album is Lovers. Lovers, yeah, the first track on side 2, right? And that goes up against Born to Be Bad. Born to Be Bad. Well, that was a little closer, I think. It's a little closer. I actually like... Yeah, you know, I like Lovers a lot. Yeah, you know what? I'm going with the first album on that one too. Yeah, I'm going to go with Lovers over Born to Be Bad. Okay. All right, so track number 8, or what I ranked at number 8 on the first album, Blackmail, a Joan Jett vocal. This is a really great Joan Jett track. It's kind of a little bit of a dark horse Joan Jett track on this album. And that goes up against the track that I put at number 8 on Queens of Noise, which is California Paradise. California! It's so nice. Yeah. And that's a great song. I really love California. I love the harmonies. California! Like really great harmonies on that. But you know what? I'm going with the Joan track. I really like Blackmail. Yeah, and that's saying something, because California Paradise is a pretty damn great song. But yeah, I bet a lot of people would probably go with California Paradise. I'm going with Blackmail. Okay, wow. You know, going into this, I would have thought, and I don't know if this is a popular opinion or not, but I would have thought maybe I like Queens of Noise just a little more than the first album. Well, Queens of Noise hasn't gotten any points yet, so... All right, well, coming in number 7 on the first album, Is It Day or Night? Is it day or night? Porcupine lips. Or porcupine kiss, Novocaine lips. Something like that. You know, I don't know. Comes in at number 7 on Queens of Noise. Heartbeat. Oh, man. Listen to my heartbeat. You know, that track, I love the part when she says, backstage, lied about my age. Just that one little moment. The sound of her voice, the double tracking, and the melody. Just a tiny little magical moment. Backstage, lied about my age. Man, I really love that one. Talk about dark horse tracks on the album. Oh, up against Is It Day or Night. Ooh. You know, I'm going Heartbeat on that. Yeah, so the Queens of Noise is on the map. Yeah, Is It Day or Night is great, but I really like Heartbeat. I only have it at number 7. I'm really talking it up, and I only ranked it number 7. But I really like that song a lot. All right, so coming in at number 6 on the first album is Secrets. And that goes up against the track that I put at number 6 on Queens of Noise, which is Neon Angels on the Road to Ruin. Man. Neon Angels on the Road to Ruin is kind of an epic track. Ah, man, it's like this really just heavy 70s guitar riff. Like, it's just so... I can feel my bell bottoms flapping around at the ankles when I hear the riff on Neon Angels. But you know what, man? I'm going with Secrets. Secrets doesn't win by much. Neon Angels is an awesome song, but I think I like Secrets just a little bit more. Secrets! And, alright, so that brings us to the top 5 of the album. Coming in number 5 on the first album, American Nights. Yeah, American Nights is a really great classic track. I don't love it as much as I think a lot of people do. I feel like that's probably one of the short list tracks for a lot of people. Great track. That goes up against number 5 on Queens of Noise, which is Midnight Music. Singing rock and roll songs. Yeah, Midnight Music against American Nights. See, American Nights is like a really great, upbeat kind of party song. It's just like a good, simple, anthemic rock and roll. You know, like Kiss wishes they wrote that song. You know, I mean, Midnight Music has a lot more. It's a little bit more sophisticated. It's a little bit more meat. Yeah, I'm going to go with Midnight Music. So that's 2 now for Queens of Noise. Wow. So Queens of Noise is up to having half as many as the first album. Okay. All right. So number 4, coming in number 4 on the first album, I have Thunder. And that goes up against the track I have at number 4 on Queens, which is Hollywood. Oh. And you know, I'm just realizing both those songs come in number 4, and they both sound a lot alike. Yeah, both those songs, they're really very, very, very similar tracks, very similar songs, same tempo, really similar riffs, really very similar vibes. And I really love both these songs. Jeez, that makes it really hard to choose, because it's almost kind of like part 1 and 2 of the same song, in a way, the way I hear them at least. But you know what, man, I'm going to go with Hollywood. Hollywood, it feels so good, Hollywood. Yeah, I really love Hollywood. I think I like that one more than Thunder, and I love Thunder. Okay, all right, coming in number 3 on the first album is You Drive Me Wild. Yeah, the second track, great Joan sung track, and that goes up against number 3 on Queens of Noise, which is the title track, Queens of Noise, also sung by Joan. Cherie, though, on her fairly recent Boulevards of Splendor solo album, did a great cover of that. She sounds fantastic on it. But, I mean, the original Queens of Noise with Joan wins. Yeah, I'm giving it to that. I really love You Drive Me Wild, but Queens of Noise is just like, yeah. Well, shit, man. It is now a tie. For a minute there, it looked like the first album was going to wipe the floor with Queens of Noise, but Queens of Noise came out around the backside and went, Well, let's see how this goes. Number 3, we just did number 3. Coming to number 2. Coming to number 2 on the first album, Cherry Bomb. Yeah, I only put that at number 2. The most classic song, the most well-known song out of all these, really. But I only have it at number 2. And that goes up against what I put at number 2 on Queens, which is Take It or Leave It. Oh, man. Take it or leave it. You know what? I'm going to go with what I think is the unpopular opinion here. I'm going Take It or Leave It. Yeah, over Cherry Bomb. I really love Take It or Leave It. Yeah, it's just, yeah. I mean, Cherry Bomb like has that vibe too, but I never loved Cherry Bomb. I mean, I did put it at number 2, but I've never loved it as much as I feel like everybody else loves it. I think I love Take It or Leave It just a tiny bit more. Okay. All right, so coming in number 1. Yeah, coming in number 1 on the first album. Yeah, Dead End Justice. Dead End Justice is absolutely epic. That's the best Runaways song, period. Dead End Justice, which I guess kind of reveals how this is going to go, because I have that up against what I have at number 1 on Queens of Noise, which is I Love Playing with Fire. And oh man, I love that one too. Oh man, I love Playing with Fire. Oh man. But I have to go Dead End Justice. Dead End Justice is unbeatable. I mean, if you haven't heard it, go listen to Dead End Justice if you haven't heard it. That is beyond epic. It is a classic to end all classics. For all you Cherry Bomb people and you've only heard Cherry Bomb, listen to Dead End Justice. It's 7 minutes of absolute perfection. Yeah. So, wait a minute. Oh, I did mark it down, right? You saw it. Did I write that down? It looks like I did. Yeah, well, guess what? We got a tie. Yeah, they each got 5. Yeah. So, all right, the first 2 Runaways albums come in at a tie. Well, I guess as it should be, because really these are both really great albums. I thought maybe I liked this one a little bit more, and maybe I do. You know, because the way this goes is just happens to be the songs that you happen to put it up. Like if I did these in order and I did the first track on this against the first track on this, you know, the outcome would be different. But yeah, kind of can't really go wrong with either of these albums. But all right. Thank you everybody for watching. Thank you for watching these track versus tracks and all the videos that I do. And thank you for subscribing if you had. But if you haven't, maybe consider subscribing. And if you do, click the little take 2. Click the little bell for notifications, and be sure and come back on Thursday, because Crystal Durant and Tommy Von Voigt and I are all going to be back in the world famous As It Should Be studios, and we're going to be continuing our Albums of the Year series, which is damn near at the end. We're going to be doing 2021 this week, so come back and check that out. All right, I'll see you guys later. Okay. Hopefully I'm not hitting the mic. I got one of these little mics here. Got one of those Robert Fithin mics. I suspect mine's cheaper than his though, because his sounds better. But, or just maybe he knows how to use it. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is, but one of those Robert Fithin mics. And my hair is probably going to hit it and go shh. I don't know. I just hit it right now with my finger. We'll see how this goes. Okay. All right. No counting. I will never learn. Well, all right.